Are you ready to kick back and get inspired? Grab your favorite drink, pop the top, and join the Side Hustle Squad with Mike Garvey. This podcast is the perfect resource for anyone who's already started their side hustle or is just considering taking the leap. With in-depth interviews featuring guests from the green industry and beyond, you'll gain valuable insights and learn what it takes to succeed in running a business while juggling a full-time career. From personal stories to practical tips, the Side Hustle Squad podcast has everything you need to turn your passion into a thriving business. Now, here's your Side Hustle Squad host, Mike Garvey.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your host, Mike Garvey, with the Side Hustle Squad podcast with my co-host, Larry Delasanti. We are live in studio on camera. This is good stuff. Larry, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
We finally got the man, the myth, the legend, the hardest guest to book.
Oh, man. This guy was like, I could probably get like a politician on here quicker than him. It's been impossible.
Vinny Ferriero.
No L's, man.
Ferriero.
There you go.
Ferriero.
That's better. We'll
like a feral cat.
Yeah, we'll accept it.
Did you say the cat got his jeans?
Got his jeans. His
Yeah, on
jeans
the
are all
way
ripped
over
up.
here, I got mauled.
Vinny Ferriero. You never even knew it until now.
It doesn't matter. Who cares?
You worked there for 7 years. You used to call him Vinny Bro.
Vinny F. Vinny
Little
F's brother. Little Vinny's brother.
Yep.
Vinny long hair.
Long hair.
But they
brother.
have both. They both have long hair.
I know. It's very confusing.
Did you always have long hair?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And they're
so
both
how
Vinny.
did you call Vinny long hair Vinny long hair?
Well, it's Vinny long hair, then Vinny long hair bro.
Okay.
On my phone.
Vinny
right.
Longhair came
I
along.
have Vinny Bro.
And then Vinny Longhair came along.
So Vinny Ferriero
Yeah.
from V-Cuts, formerly of Amazing Creations, Landscaping and Lawn Care, but you have taken on new endeavors, new heights, taking your skills out on your own.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So take us back, tell us about yourself, how you started or where you're from, and take us through, and we'll go from there.
And don't lie. Start at the very beginning.
Okay, so it was...
At Kmart.
Yeah, I mean, I started in... my first job was Kmart in Tom's River.
No, out of business, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any left.
I think there's one.
There might be like one left or something, but they're out of business. So I was working there, and I just graduated high school, and my girlfriend at the time, her brother had worked for Larry. His name is Vinny as well, and he's my business partner.
Right.
He said Larry was looking for people, and I had no experience at all in any kind of labor industry.
Commercial cutting.
Exactly.
Right. Maybe cut your own lawn.
I had maybe cut my grandparents' lawn like 5 times that I can't even remember.
Right.
So he asked me, he's like, you want to try landscaping? I'm like, I'll give it a shot. It's better than making minimum wage, at retail. So I started there, and I'm not going to lie, at first when I started with Larry, it was tough. I didn't think I was built for it.
Yeah.
He
had to take off. He had so many blisters on his feet.
Yeah, I had blisters on my feet.
Didn't wear the right. Not wearing the right shoes.
Yeah, that'll kill you.
Yeah.
My first actual day after training, I remember we were doing the church on. The church. That big property. Yeah, and it was actually 3 Vinnies. The 3 Vinnies.
Vinny Salvo.
Vinny Salvo.
3 Vinnies on the truck.
And I was just trying to weed whack, and I had one boot on because my foot was all blistered up, and I was just sitting there on the curb, and they're like, "Oh man, he's got one boot off. I don't know if he's gonna beat for us."
So you had one boot off, one boot on, barefoot.
It hurt. My feet were killing me.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "This guy's not gonna last."
Right.
This guy's not gonna last, but worked through it.
Yeah. So that was when did you start? In the spring?
I started, the
very first day of cutting.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that was 2017.
And at least it was cool.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, but then
cool.
it got,
Yeah, and then it got hotter, but
right.
I had a lot of good people training me, and I attribute that to everything that I know today. Like, Vinny taught me so much. Shauna taught me a lot.
Shauna, which Vinny taught you? No, Salvo had no patience for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Salvo called me up and goes, pick this freaking kid up. I'm done.
Yeah,
I swear to God.
He said that about a lot of people.
Everybody,
right?
yeah.
But
he just didn't have patience. He was a great guy. Didn't have patience.
Right.
But I said, dude, he's working hard. Like, he's trying.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, looking back at myself now, I would definitely be like, yeah, get this guy out of here. What's he doing? You know?
Well, that's what you look.
Exactly.
Right.
And
so
I remember just falling asleep in between houses, just being so exhausted and just not used to the workload.
And just going home, probably eating and going right to bed, and then getting back up again and doing it all over again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so a couple of years into it, me and Vinny, Vinny comes up to me, he's like, we should try and do a little side hustle on the weekends, get a couple,
But you started as a weed whacker.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Guy, and then
you wound up running the truck.
Running the truck.
Very next season.
The next
I ended up
season.
running the season after my first season.
So in 18.
In 18,
you were driving the truck, running the crew,
and at the time I was scared beyond anything.
You're young.
I was young, and I was still learning stuff too.
Yeah.
I was only a year into it,
right.
And trying to navigate that was tough at times. But again, you learn things along the way. You pick up things. Again, having Larry, calling me up, hey, this got to get done. You got to be on people more. Like especially my crew.
Making sure things are
he
done
was
right.
soft.
Yeah, I was soft.
Oh,
Which isn't
he's
bad.
young and he's new.
Yeah, he was a little soft with him. And I said, listen, don't be mean to him, but you have to be more stern with them and like in a friendly way, and just tell them like what you're the boss and this is their jobs. You know?
And I think a lot of the time too, for me, it was because I was so young, just starting,
and they're older.
And they were older than me, so
they've been around. Yeah,
exactly. And then the people who they would claim they've done this a lot longer than I have,
yeah.
but then you really see that
they haven't.
They're just lying.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who talk
who
themselves up.
Who
they
build
maybe
their resume
landscaped one or 2 days with another business and got fired.
Yeah,
and then they'll
exactly.
say, "Oh, I'm a landscaper."
Right. And
I know
you
everything.
can tell right away.
Yeah.
So running the crew for 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
22, and then
that's 6 seasons of running a crew. I mean, that's getting a lot of time. I mean, you're talking probably 140 lawns a week or something like that, times every week, times 36 cuts a week or a year, times 6 years. That's a lot of experience.
Yeah, I got a lot under my belt in those years. I learned a lot. Those like I like to think of it. Those were my college years, kind of.
They were, yeah.
They're
your training, your trade school years. Really.
Figuring stuff out.
I learned everything I know.
Yeah,
essentially.
Right.
From doing that, being on the field, and just learning as I go, and from my peers.
So, and at that same time, the other Vinny, your brother-in-law, was running Larry's landscaping crew, right?
Yeah.
So he's hardscaping, landscaping, soft
and he
scapes,
started with
all
no
that stuff.
experience too.
Right. So you guys came together and said, "Hey, we should start doing something on the side," opposed to because we're not going to just jump right away.
Yeah. Oh my.
You would never do that, but
no, they did it right.
They did it right. Yeah.
They're like to me, they were respectful to me. They did it right. They gave me actually almost a year and a half, I guess, of staying with me, doing their thing on the side, and
keeping you
going back and forth. But other people are telling me, get rid of them. They shouldn't be doing them. Listen, I'll never be mad at someone for trying to get better.
No. We just had that.
You don't get mad at that. When you're trying to up yourself and get better, you don't get mad at that. You say, okay, no problem. As long as you don't screw me, we're good.
Right.
Do your thing, step through your steps, and then just give me a heads up when you're leaving.
Yes. When you're breaking free.
Even when you found out, there was no animosity. There was never any hard feelings.
No.
And even that when there was times when we were in a pinch, and obviously both of our schedules trying to run stuff hectic. If we had a rain day and we had to call out on a day that we were supposed to be working for you, I mean that's always tough on you. But there would never any.
No, I get a little mad, but I figure it out.
You'd figure it out, and it was never any animosity or hate or anything. There was always you were always respectful towards us as we were to you.
Yeah.
And that's a thing. You can't burn your bridges because you never know it'll come back and bite you.
Oh yeah, it will.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you never know. and which I think is cool too. And you might see this when you guys start hiring and getting people. Someone's going to want to do that too, and you're going to coach them, and then they're going to want to grow up through the ranks, and then maybe start their own thing. So it's like
it's a process.
It's a process. It's a cycle, right? I mean, it's so it finally got to a point. You're in your second season. Last year was your official first start.
Yeah.
How was that?
Full season first start.
Full season by yourselves.
Yeah.
How did? Tell me more.
Well, when we first did it, we're like, we were very nervous because, we weren't sure how it was going to go, to be honest. But we had all the work there, everything, but, just trying to learn on how to take, scale up and everything and just get stuff more tight and just, be better at what we do, It was a little nerve-wracking, but a lot of help with family and along the way. That's what helped us a lot, Like I said, my mother-in-law answering the phones for us. That helps a lot. That saved us so much of a hassle. For
and more
everything.
business.
More business, exactly. And my wife was answering the Facebook messages and everything. So it's good to have people behind you that support you. That is what helped us a lot. If we didn't have them, I mean, we'd be not slacking, but it just scrambling like a chicken without its head, trying to figure out how to schedule this, that, and that's the thing, scheduling. That's very important. You have to be reliable. That's what we found out, too, along the way. People want someone who's reliable and who will show up, and that's a lot of it, And, of course, you want to do good work. That's given, but being reliable and on time, that's all the customer or clients really ask for. And if they see that, they're very happy with that. And that is what gets us a lot of recommendations, too, like a lot of word of mouth, just – they're very reliable. They show up when they're supposed to.
You never have to think about it.
You almost take that as that's probably 90% of it is showing up and being punctual.
Yeah.
The other 10% is doing a good job. Because you could do an okay job and still you showed up and you got the job done. They're not going to notice that little bit. I feel like that. I mean, you always give 100%, but at the end of the day, they're looking for the show up and being reliable. If you don't have that, you're already done. Like, it's over. They don't care. It's automatically, if you show up 3 days after you said you're going to be there, it's already bad work. It's done. Like, you could have, like, one little leaf on the friggin' sidewalk, and they're done.
They're over it.
They're done because you're supposed to be there Monday. You're there on Thursday. It's like they took off of work Monday maybe. Now it's like you're there. You didn't even call them, no show. So you probably see that. Like, you're showing up and doing your thing. They're probably happy as hell.
Yeah.
They're probably
you're finding your rhythm at, like, okay, now we're seeing what works. Answering the phone, getting the phone answered, people helping with scheduling, people answering those Facebook messages that they're saying, and then you see them all the time. And I see you guys get a lot of it too. It's like, I need someone for lawn cutting in Tom's River. You guys are always in those groups in that people answering for you. And I think you're finding your rhythm, you know, but how about like setting up the business, stuff like that? Like, getting let me say you were doing it on the side, so it wasn't like a full clean, like, oh God, we have to get mowers and we have to get trucks and everything, right?
Yeah, so we that stuff was all, we got that stuff along the way, but we really noticed, not that we need to jump ship, but we're like, it's just harder for us. We need more time to schedule our jobs to expand, really, because we were getting calls that we just didn't have the time to book these, because we were working Saturday, Sunday, and Monday by ourselves
on the side,
and then
going
Tuesday through Friday for Larry.
You're working 7 days a week.
Yeah, so we were working 7 days a week, and then it that takes a toll, working 7 days a week.
Yeah.
But you know what? That you got to put the time in. Though. That's the thing. You got to put the time in, time, dedication. But when we started to realize, it's just too much for us right now. And, we talked about it and we're like, I think this is ultimately the right decision. This is something we have to do if we want to get,
if you want to grow,
because not that we were sitting there in a stagnant state, but we were maxed out.
You were treading water.
We couldn't take on any more clients, any more, any jobs, just because we were stuck with working with those 3 days that we had. So, and then jumping ship full time ultimately it was just a great thing for us. We got more business, more time to do the jobs that we couldn't do before, and that was another big thing for us. So that we're very glad we had more time to just schedule jobs, to do the jobs, and Yeah.
What equipment did you start out with? Like, how did you start? Because I
So,
remember, like, you had some stuff and you were
Yeah.
pulling it with the KISS truck.
Yeah.
So how did you, like, transform into, like, the KISS truck, which is, I'll never laugh at it because we start off with a Geo Tracker.
Exactly.
So it's how you started. But how did you transform?
For those
from
young
that,
listeners,
you know?
what is a Geo Tracker, Larry?
Oh, God. A Geo Tracker is, it's almost like, it's basically,
What color was
it's
it?
basically a go-kart on wheels. That's
Yes.
what it is. It's very small. So it's
It's like
basically a
a
golf cart. You know, it was tiny.
What was the other one that it was like that?
Samurai.
Yeah,
They're the same. Right? They're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was you and Steve?
Yeah.
Right.
A Home Depot trailer. And they were similar. So
But
when I
explain
saw
the KISS
them,
truck.
it's a Ford Expedition they had.
Right.
With KISS on the back.
Yeah,
and they're
that was my brother-in-law.
and they're towing
He's a
the,
diehard
Oh, he
KISS
loves
fan.
KISS.
Yeah.
they're towing the trailer. And that's what they started with. But not that there's anything wrong with it.
No.
You
Right.
start the same way.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You
But
know.
then you say where you come to now, because I saw your setup the other day. I was like, wow, they basically went how like I felt like I went. We had that,
Right.
then we
And
had
then that-
the old
yes,
dump
a
truck,
truck,
with a trailer, enclosed
yes.
trailer, and then
Yeah.
it scales up. So
So let
explain.
me bring you way back to when we first started. I had an old 2000 Jeep Cherokee that we were loading.
remember that.
We were loading up a push mower, a tiny blower, and a weed whacker, and a garbage can, and we were just push mowing lawns, and and we couldn't fit that stuff in my car anymore, and we got a trailer, and then my brother-in-law, my partner, his Ford Expedition, he could pull a trailer with that, so we got an open trailer. And we started, with that. And then we got a little residential sit-down mower. It was a little blue thing. It was, I think, a Dixon is what it was called. And it was a little Speed ZTR. It was nifty. It got the job done. I'm not hating on it, but it was the first,
It worked.
Yeah, it worked. It was the first sit-down mower we had. And then eventually we had to get something bigger, so we got the Standard X52. We got that brand new.
Which is what you were using during the week.
Yeah, which is what we were using for
Right.
Larry.
So you were going from commercial mowers, high end,
exactly
to then you see how quickly and efficiently.
Oh,
but then on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, cramming it into what you could afford.
Yeah,
right,
so,
and then
the little
going
push
back to the
mower
other
and sit
ones.
down,
Right,
yeah.
but you knew what you needed.
Exactly, we knew what we needed because we knew the system from working with Amazing Creations. We knew how to get everything done in a timely, fashionable manner. So, and that's always what the goal was to scale up our equipment to get to do that, and that's what we did. We ended up saving up money little by little, buying Standard 52, and it saves so much time.
Oh,
with that.
God.
It saves so much time, and well, even before that, our first Standard was a 32-inch we got, and that's what we were cutting a lot of our properties with too. And it was slow. We still have it. It's slow,
Still
but
better.
it's still better. But it gets the job done. And so come 2 seasons ago, Vinny, my partner, his KISS truck, put too much wear and tear on it. We're like, we gotta get, we need something. We need a dump truck so we could do bigger jobs, bigger mulch jobs,
Time move
stone
up.
jobs. Yeah,
Stone,
exactly.
yeah,
So we just that's what we did. Just saved up, penny by penny. We bought the truck, and that's another thing. You make your money back like tenfold with it easily. Easily.
Just to go into the dump and dumping the leaves.
Yeah. It's such a great investment.
I see you guys there like pitchforking out the back.
You've seen us at the dump with the trailer.
like, got a dump truck.
Blowing the trailer out. Yeah, and just
you could literally in your
there.
time you could do 3 more cleanups a day. Not doing that.
Yeah.
3
Saves so
cleanups a
much
day
time.
is a payment on a brand new truck, basically, not even a used one.
Right.
If you could do 3 more cleanups a day, you can make another $900 a day. So in one day, you could pay a truck payment.
Yeah.
If you have a dump truck.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Compared to doing this for 3 hours.
and last year too, being on our own, learning, when things go wrong on the job, it's really your responsibility. I know.
I used to give you guys crap all the time about that.
But hey, I'm getting gray hairs now because I'm so last year our open trailer, we were on the job, we're riding, we hear boom, all of a sudden we pull up to the house, the tongue to the trailer is just broken, so our trailer is sagging, we're pulling, so we're scrambling to find a new trailer last minute because that's we need that to bring our equipment to the job, so literally found a trailer that night. Boom, the next day, bought it, registered and everything because, just got to keep moving. You need it. There's nothing you can do. And I mean, you got to take a little bit of a pay cut, but that's just what it is, you know.
And that's what we learned too. I learned too. It's like you need like backup systems for your main systems. You know what I mean? Like you need, okay, that truck's going down. Okay, do you have that other truck to just jump in and go, or like what are you doing?
Or you just don't work.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, that perma-green goes down. Do you have another one to go? Because if that's going to be down for how are you getting the lawns fertilized?
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we went from. You know, backups, and then you know, a box truck, and then a backup would be a pickup with a trailer. Like, what are you doing if things go wrong?
Exactly, you have to have a backup.
You have to have contingencies.
And just last week, our 36-inch mower broke on the site, and called Larry up in a pinch. He's like, "Yeah, no problem. You could borrow 36." And that's the thing too, you know. Like I said, you don't want to burn bridges because, you know, like one hand washes the other. He's helping us out, and you know, it's good to have, you know, those connections, you know.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Because that, you know, that saves us.
We had it too. We needed an aerator. Vince gave us an aerator. Like it's like, you know, I think last year you guys needed a 52 because your 52 something went down. And I was like, go grab it, man. Like, I have like 5 extra. I literally have 3 extra 52s and 3 extra 36s just sitting there.
Right.
In the
for
shop.
This, for
if one of my things breaks. The only time I would call them and say, hey, man, I need that back is if I had 2 of them break and I needed it.
Right.
You know? But otherwise, it's just sitting there. You know, it's like.
But that's what this is all about is network, again, community and helping each other out. There's enough lawns to cut. There's enough work to go around. And I think people, especially our generation, are realizing that. Like, I don't know how, I feel like back in probably the 80s, 90s, is like no one talked to each other. There wasn't really a way to network anyway. And people were kind of like, you know, like my lawns are my lawns. And they probably even waved to each other.
No, like.
You know, but I think now it's like, wow, there's plenty of work to go around here.
Well, that's the thing. You know, Larry could easily be mad and be like, oh, you know.
You're taking money out of my pocket.
But that's the thing. There's always lawns to be cut, no matter what.
The only thing I could say it stinks about, like, the timing of, like, his whole business was, and I'm just being honest, it was around COVID. And I could have given them so much work during COVID because I was giving it away. But I couldn't because they were working for me and I needed them. But I knew they had the company.
Right.
But then I knew I would lose them. And it's like not being selfish, but it's like, then I won't have anybody. So it's kind of like I literally built the guy's whole company. Like I gave him 78 lawn accounts. 78 during COVID because I couldn't take it anymore. My crews were full. My routes were full.
Right.
And the phone calls were coming in like crazy during COVID.
Yeah, everyone was home.
Oh, yeah.
And
everyone had money.
Yeah, and you talk about like how I let you mow or helped you out, all that stuff. I did this for this guy too. And he probably listens, and I'm not like mocking him. I won't say his name of his company. But he literally lost every lawn account, like all of them, because his other mower went down and he didn't fix it. Or he didn't go get a new mower. Me, I'd be like, I got to go out and just buy a brand new mower.
And finance.
I got to get a brand new mower because I don't want to lose, even if it's 25 accounts. 25 accounts brings you to 30, brings you to 40, brings you to 50.
And you miss 1 week, you're done.
It's over.
Oh, yeah,
like you just have to go and you have to buy it. You just have to go out and buy a new. You just have to go and buy whether it's brand new. It doesn't matter. It's going to cost you $200 a month for a brand new mower. You're going to make that on 5 cuts
easily. And
he's doing the work himself, so he's golden. Like it's like it's a no-brainer. And I feel bad. And you know who it is, and like I feel bad because it's like he wanted to give him like I don't know if I got him that many, but I got him a lot of cuts. Like it was a lot of cuts, and because I was spreading them out between him, Serbo, I gave a lot to. He told me stop giving me stuff.
Yeah,
like Joe Fiero, my buddy Joe, I was giving him cuts. He goes, stop, don't give me any. I was like, I was trying to dispute him. I gave the one guy that used to work for a company in Toms River so many cuts that he still to this day sends me every Christmas a wine basket.
Yeah.
Literally,
nice.
I probably gave that year. I probably gave 300 cuts away, 200.
Yeah,
I told you. I said I could have built a whole nother company out of what I gave away.
A whole nother 2 crews.
But it was so busy.
Yeah,
there's no way to do it. So I feel bad. Like it would have been great to be able to. Like if it was now, I would give them anything that came in. You know, because like they don't work for me anymore. I don't need them like working. Like they're not there. I would give them everything, but it's different. It's just not like that COVID
era.
calls.
I saw you shout us out a couple episodes ago. You say, when Forked River calls, you'll recommend V-Cuts, a couple other companies.
Yeah.
Like we appreciate that.
Yeah, and I did it. I gave someone your number today, actually, in Bayville.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Yeah, I gave him two companies. I gave him Vince, this guy, and then I gave him your guys.
Oh yeah, and whenever people ask us about companies for fertilizing, we always throw you guys out there, all the time. So it's awesome,
Yeah,
like I said, help each other out.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Great. Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, what do you have? I mean, it's like
exactly. There's no need to for that stuff.
Well, let's take a break. Hear from the show sponsors, and I got some more questions. We'll come right back.
Cool.
All right, and we're back here with Vinny from V-Cuts. Vin, I just had a few more things I want to talk about. What have been some of the challenges from that you've seen last year? Like in year one, what were some of the biggest challenges?
Some of the biggest challenges were we knew all the houses we had already, but going full time, really trying to tighten up the routes and see what's more time efficient. One, how to get which order to do the houses.
Right.
That was a big thing, just trying to get our lists in order and everything.
Yep.
And we pretty much got that down, and that was a big thing for a while. But then just, it's our first season on our own. We're really just trying to figure out, too, the timing of just what time we should start, what time, is an appropriate time to finish. But, if you got to work late some days, you got to work late.
Right.
That's the thing,
right.
Because with the weather, there's no telling.
Right.
But,
now you're in charge of balancing your own life and your work your work.
We're literally the whole management. That's
you're everything.
Just trying to manage everything was really just the first season is just trying to manage how everything going smooth and just to do this, that. That was a big thing. But, we got that down pretty good. This season, it's like clockwork. Everything's going smooth. Now
this season is cutting, say, like Tuesday, Wednesday, and then landscaping jobs or Thursday. Like, what's the schedule typically look like?
So Mondays and Tuesdays we have like landscaping jobs, like mulch jobs, trimming, and stuff like that.
You set all that up for that.
Yeah, we set up for Mondays and Tuesdays, and then Wednesdays through Fridays cutting.
Okay, but if you see, it's going to rain Wednesday, then you're cutting ahead,
we're cutting
like you learn, like
And then like sometimes you got to work the weekend sometimes because of the weather, but that's all a part of it. That's,
Right.
So that's
just accept it.
Yeah,
you just got to accept it.
So right now it's Vinny and Vinny.
Just Vinny and Vinny.
Okay.
Right now.
Are you guys gonna look to bring on someone else, or when is that timing gonna be? Is there a set number of cuts you're ready? Like what does that look like? I'm sure you guys had this discussion, but many people have this discussion as to like, hey, when are we bringing on someone part-time or full-time? Mm-hmm. What does that look like?
So we're in the talks about that right now, actually, because it's looking like very soon, if not this season, next season, we're definitely going to need extra help. Because sometimes, if we have bigger jobs, thank God I got a million brothers. I'll take my brothers, if we need extra help. But, definitely that's something we're looking into, just eventually someone who knows the cutting, someone that we can trust too, along the way, because that's a big thing. You want to hire someone that you can trust, that can handle the workload, and eventually, maybe they can go off and do the cutting, and me and Vinny do the other landscaping jobs, or me do cutting with the other guy.
Right?
Something like that. That's
you're
something
gonna
we gotta figure out. Yeah, we got to break.
Just like back in.
I could help you out with that because that's what I did. Me and Serbo did the same thing, and it worked out like great.
Where you did the landscaping.
I did all
landscaping.
Cutting. He went cutting with a guy.
Right.
I went landscaping with one guy.
Right.
And we were like just crushing it.
Yeah.
Then if we didn't have a lot of work, we help them cut.
Whatever. Right.
It's like,
yeah.
Because we didn't have work every day doing landscape. Like we weren't that big. We were like 100 accounts, whatever. It's like, we weren't like swamped with stuff. But
but there's definitely a method to it, and I think too. I just did an episode about hiring, and like I don't know what is better. I don't know anymore. I don't know if it's better to see some. Are you hunting for that guy that's the career landscaper that's been with experience, or I don't know. Is it better to get the 18-year-old who you can groom how you want and shoot and show how to do how you want it done, and
want everything.
like you replicate you 8 years ago and bring that person up.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a cover-all answer for it. You can't paint it with a broad brush, the whole thing. There's different times for different situations, but I think people do get stuck into finding, I want someone with I think you want a combination, I want someone with experience. Yes, you do, but you need someone else that you can be, you can
mold
how you want. I don't know. You know what I mean? I think every industry is going through this same thing that we are, and they're with hiring and stuff like that.
The hard part is also finding people who want to work. Even that's the
finding
thing.
people that want to work, finding people that aren't lying on their resume, and Larry knows how you bring the weed whacker with you to meet the guy, and say, please start this and show me how to edge.
And turn it on.
They can't even find the pull cord.
I've seen that before plenty of times.
It's upside down.
The engine's out the ground. That's a new way.
You look great.
You look great. Hired.
Dude, that's not even a weed whacker. That's a wrench. What are you doing?
But yeah, so
that's funny.
What else? Have you found being your own boss really? You're managing you're married, newly married, right? You're managing your family, and what is that like?
So that's tough. The business work life, because it's business is always, I feel like 24/7, because if after work me and Vinny are always going on estimates. It's just like, not so much answering the phones anymore, because like I said, we got my mother and my wife doing that. But just coming home and then just trying to separate work and life. I got to do the cut sheets at a certain time, of course, but I also need to spend time with my wife too, because my wife's pregnant right now. I have a son on the way. So
congratulations!
Thank you.
When's the due date?
September 20th.
Okay, good for you. Wow.
So just
trying to life changing.
Just trying to put all that together.
Yep.
It's tough, because work has to get done, but family life has to get done too. But I find somewhere in the middle there's a balance between it.
Right. So you're navigating that, and you're finding your way. And Larry can tell you, I'm sure, about work-life balance, and you still make it to
all my kids'
stuff.
Everything.
Yeah, you work your schedule around it
99% of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Am I saying get up at 4 a.m. and do your estimates like Larry? No, you don't have to.
Sometimes
but you
have to, though.
I do it.
You have to, right?
Yeah, sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
This week I was at my first house at 5:30, like looking at
through the windows.
How many bushes she has? She has like 20 bushes in the front. I didn't even look in the back.
Yeah.
Google Maps, I did the back, but at least I got the front gist of things, and it looked like in the Google Maps the back didn't have a lot, so I was like, oh, that's good. And then, but I gave her a quote. I emailed her a quote at like 6:30, and she approved it at 8. Like that's just so great. Like having jobbers. It's like
it's unbelievable.
But he's probably doing the same thing, because you're trying to. I'd rather be home at night.
Me too.
Especially when you have a kid, you'll see more of that. Like you want to be home later, and
I get some of my best work done, believe it or not, at in that 5 a.m. to before my kids are up, before the house is up. I can just sit. It's quiet. I can for me, get some of my best work done.
So start thinking about that. Get up at 4,
3.
Get out.
Yeah.
Be out the door.
Yeah, be up before the birds.
Well, dude, your kid, the kids, it's it's even gotten worse, because they get up at 6:30, and everything's mayhem. Once you have to.
Sweet, Vinny.
Oh, yeah. It's just the beginning. This is just the beginning. See this blonde hair? Next time you guys see me, it's going to be gray.
Gray beard. Wow, he's aging a year.
Who's that silver fox? That's just 26-year-old Vinny.
26-year-old Vinny. That's awesome. But how can people find you? That are you at Instagram?
Instagram, Facebook. We got a lot of people who reach out through Facebook. That's our big one.
That's your bread and butter.
Facebook, Instagram. People call us too, but a lot through Facebook.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's great.
Well, I'm so glad to have you on. Well, I'd love to do like a, like another check-in. Later in the season.
Years?
Yeah,
it's
7 years.
A year to get him here. 7 years.
7 years.
Listen, we want you here September 20th.
Send me your agent.
September 20th.
Just send me your agent. I'll just reach out to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. See if I can pencil you guys in.
We'll go to the hospital and do this.
Yeah, we can do it in the hospital.
We'll go to the hospital.
Giving birth.
Like push. Hey, so Vin,
got my little landscaper coming out. Hold on. That's gonna be.
What are you gonna name him? Do you have a name?
Oh
yet?
yeah, it's Vinny the Fourth.
Oh God,
another Vinny.
Yeah. Another Vinny. A whole
You're
army
the third?
of them. I'm the third. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a whole army of us.
And then
out
how
there.
many brothers do you have? You said you have a lot of brothers.
Oh yeah. So oh my God, I'm a bad brother. I can't think off the top of my head. I have brother, my older brother Tyler, my younger brother Joey, my younger brother Joshua, my younger brother Nick, and my younger brother Roman. So I got 5 other brothers.
You're one
brothers.
of 6.
I'm one of 8 children.
Oh, those are just the boys.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
So you have a whole. Yeah, I mean,
family.
you shouldn't have to look far for your
plenty
next
of
hire.
employees.
That's what I'm saying.
Plenty of employees.
Sucking them in.
This is going to be like a mega major company. This is gonna be big.
Yeah.
Yeah, put them all to work.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
awesome. Well, Vin, thanks for coming in. Thanks for. We wish you all the best and all the. You're certainly putting in the hard work, and it's very cool to see your guys' connection from how you brought him up to where he is now. I mean, that has to be pretty cool for you.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, it's more of my guys. I didn't really do much of training them. I just would yell at him once in a while. But I mean, I really never yelled at him. I told him he's too soft.
No, that was the big
That's
thing.
all I would always tell him is that you're too soft. I
You're
said,
too nice.
You need that balance of but that was it. I mean, but he was actually like one of the best employees. He never really called out ever. Like he would be like dying to call out.
Reliable.
Very reliable. Yeah, he was always reliable. Very reliable.
I appreciate that.
So
awesome.
Really do.
like probably top notch reliable. Like him and Shauna, honestly, like were never called out for bull crap. They were always there.
Yeah.
So he was a hard one to lose.
Yeah, for sure.
So.